Hello and welcome
Hello,
to
buddy.
the. Hey! Come on, man! We're at a new home now. Come on, we need to
True.
sort this out beforehand. We need to
True,
work
true.
these out.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1. Hello,
Hello, everybody.
For fuck's sake, Alex! I'm gonna
Welcome
find you
to
and
the Dragon Channel, Dragon King Studios channel, where we are doing our Pokemon movie tier list.
I'm gonna set a taxi driver on you in a minute.
No. Beat the shit out of you.
But yeah, obviously, new home. This is
Yeah.
where we're going to be from now on. And to kick us off, we got the rankings of all the Pokemon movies. Obviously, there is Coco still to come, which will be next month. But
Yes.
for now, we're doing the ones we've done. And then at the end of the Coco one, we'll put this back on screen. And
We'll do our rating for that and
we'll add it
review.
into the list. I think that's the easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously, we've been doing this, in terms of Pokemon movies since... I want to say April.
Yeah.
Maybe end of March.
Well, it's been 23 weeks.
Because we did, obviously, the fourth one basically came out around our birthdays. So I feel like it was got to be like end of March, start of April time we'd started this on, obviously, Dragon
I think
Bear.
we did it. It was around the 5th one, wasn't it? Like our birthday, because you did this one. You did the Legend of Raikou for my birthday.
Yeah, I made sure that one went out around our birthdays. Obviously, I think that came out on your birthday exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's probably about back end of March, start of April. So yeah, we're now ranking them in this weird format that I've never used before. But I joined Alex on a random how long into a video he did with one of these before.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm going to start us off with my ranking. So how we're going to do, obviously, we're just going to go from worst to best, but we're going to label them as we go along verbally as, oh, this is number 23, 22, blah, 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 like that. Just because, I want to do the ranking that way, and Alex wants to do it this way. So, we merge.
Yeah.
Like we have Dragon and Bear into this channel. Okay, so to kick off, I think we all know... Oh, no, there we go. Sorry, I already fucked up with my camera. I think we all know. I forgot. I almost grabbed the wrong screen. I think we all know what's got to be in last position, number 23. It's got to be Pokemon Movie 3. Because that movie was just so bad. After having two really good movies to kick us... Oh, I just realised.
Yeah.
Oh, well. We'll cover the posters slightly. Who cares? Obviously, we have that movie come out, and then obviously the first two movies come out, then this follows, and it's just like, how the fuck do you go from those two good movies to this? It's really...
I do believe I heard somewhere that the creator, when writing it, was high or drunk. So, it kind of explains it.
It does kind of explain it, yes. So obviously then in 22nd, well, most that you are, is going to be, sorry about this, Alex, Pokemon Heroes, which of course was the 5th movie, was it technically?
Yes.
That it's just very forgettable for me. I just didn't really like it. I remember liking it before, but then when it came out, it's just like, yeah, I don't actually like, and obviously it did lead to a lot of good jabs over the course of many videos of me mocking you constantly.
Good jabs.
Jab. Speed things up. Okay, so 21st will be the entry in the... It was the third entry in the Black and White universe, which obviously is Pokemon Genesect and the Legend Awakens, which is obviously when they brought Mew 2 back for the first time since technically that one movie that we didn't get to see because it's so difficult to even get your hands on anywhere. But obviously if not that, then it's obviously the first time they brought him back since Pokemon the first movie. And I don't know, neither of us really liked this one, did we? This is like Pokemon 3. It was like one that we both fully agreed on. This wasn't that good. Obviously, we both sort of had enjoyment so far in the Black and White universe, and
Tom, we're rating 24 movies.
No, it's 23 because we're not counting. 23? What the fuck are you on about?
24?
It's 23?
I'll just start counting down from... Have I missed a number?
I think you've added one too many. It's 23.
Okay.
I've literally got the list right here in front of me. It's 23. So I don't know where you've got an extra one from. Have you put both Pokemon Black and White movies in there?
No.
Are you positive?
I'm positive.
Are you sure?
I am sure. I've just numbered 10, so it's fine. I am going over my numbers again to like double check. But yeah. Carry on.
But yeah, not a great movie. Especially after the 2 decent Black and White entries so far. Okay, so I'll put these in a different column there because they're a bit better than these. So in 20th is going to be Pokemon Rangers and the Temple of the Sea. Very long movie. Bit too long. Wasn't this like the longest Pokemon movie to date?
Think so, yeah.
I don't know if it... I think it still might be. If not taken over by one of the really latest ones. But of its time, it was the longest one. It was just like... You don't need to be that long. And they botched a lot of shit in it. Obviously, if you want to see like a more in-depth discussion of these, obviously we have done every single one in a lot more depth than I am going now. But basically pointing at the little facts here and there. Because... Yeah, that's like one of the negatives. Probably one of the reasons it dragged this film then is I think it was an hour 42, was it, something like that?
Yeah.
It was around that. And it just was like, you don't need to be that long. So then in 19, I almost went to 18. 19 is going to be Pokemon Forever. Not the biggest fan of this one. It was not. It's obviously anything in these sort of categories here aren't terrible. Obviously, the D category is the terrible one, as Alex was kindly pointing out to me.
I've just realised on the tier list there's no Mewtwo options.
Oh shit, the new one.
Yeah, I was just counting them and I was like, that's not there. But it should be 23. I don't know where I went wrong with my numbers.
We'll just add it in post. Yeah. So yeah, little secret, Alex.
It's a secret.
But yeah, this one had some interesting like plot twists. Obviously, with the Oak twist of it's actually Professor Oak, but he's younger. That was interesting. But this one that had that really weird like monster at the end. So that's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, it's the monster that scared me when I was a child.
That really weird design. That one I'm thinking of, the one with Jessie stuck inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Movie,
yeah. Then in 18th now is going to be the Jirachi one. Oh, no.
Jirachi.
Go on, fit in there.
Go on.
There we go. It wouldn't go before it. It was like, no, Pokemon Forever first. But yeah, this is one I remember being obviously quite decent when I first saw it years ago. Obviously, this one you sort of remember not being decent because of Jirachi. Obviously, I remember having some positives for it, but then obviously watching it again, it's not as if it's bad. It's not as like obviously it's not one of those ones that are always highly acclaimed. It's like one of these ones that I thought was good, but it's slightly not as good.
It had a second act which I completely forgot about, which was the Groudon part.
Yeah,
but with the
fake Groudon.
I completely did not comprehend that was actually a part of a movie. I thought it was fan made.
Yeah, it's another mixed bag of one. It's not as bad as the lower ones, but it's not top tier Pokemon.
Nowhere near.
So how many have we got in these ones? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, and then 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I got a fish in a line.
Okay.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I let it go again.
So I'm going to move up to the next category just because of the points. And that's how I'm working. I'm sort of like doing like the 2.5s in one line, 3s in another, 3.5. Like that's probably the easiest way of sort of working.
Yeah.
So then in 17th would be the Hooper and the Clash of Ages movie. It had a fun like second act of all these obviously legendaries and the shiny legendaries, the Mega Evolved legend. Basically, actually, it was more Mega Evolved than shiny, wasn't it? Was there a shiny one?
There was only shiny Rayquaza.
That's probably what I'm thinking of. Obviously, we had the Mega Evolved legendaries.
Rayquaza, and then the Lati twins.
Yeah, Latias and Latios. But yeah, obviously it had like a humorous like first act, but it obviously wasn't great. But then obviously the second act picked up with how it was obviously working. Obviously, this giant Hooper trying to take out obviously little Hooper. Obviously, so he brought in obviously all these legendaries for a big sort of.
It wasn't like a full-on like action scene, like mid to the end.
It felt like an anniversary movie, but it wasn't. Because it came out a year after the anniversary, and a year before an anniversary. So it was basically wedged in between two anniversaries when it should have really been an anniversary one. Maybe that might have brought a bit more like love for it because it's the idea of, oh, okay, no, it's. What are you laughing at?
Myself.
Fair enough. Obviously, it just didn't. It just felt weird being in between two anniversaries, not anniversary. What we got next? Next up, we have number 16, which is the Giratina and the Sky Warrior. Where are you? There you are. I feel like this is one that let me and you down quite a bit, to be fair. Because obviously, we've a
little shit-filled Pokemon.
We had obviously the Darkrai one, then it was the Giratina, and then the Arceus, and then obviously
it was the lackluster one out of the
it was obviously the Zoroark, and obviously this was the middle of the the actual storyline, the first ever continuing Pokemon storyline over the course of 3 movies. And obviously the fourth won't count that one there, but obviously it's the first that follows on with the story directly being affected by the first movie, and obviously then the Arceus one being affected by the second one. So obviously, usually you find the middle movie. Sometimes it's the best one. Obviously, like Empire Strikes Back, it's the best of the 3. I'm trying to think of another good example here.
I don't know Star Wars that much. I've watched the films. I don't know which one that
Captain
one is.
America, Winter Soldier is the best of the 3, in my opinion. Like that sort of. Obviously, occasionally you can get like I don't know a second one that's a bit wank.
Stop picking films that I don't know. I've not seen the Captain America film.
Spider-Man 2. Have you seen the original Spider-Man trilogy?
Ages ago.
Well, Spider-Man 2 is probably the best of that trilogy.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But yeah,
I'm sorry, I'm let down.
This falls into that category of a trilogy that has a really weak middle act. Like the first act is really good. Last act is really good. This one it's not bad. It does have a lot of moments that I call out, obviously involving Giratina. It's just that it definitely feels the weakest of the 3 and the weakest in general of the Diamond and Pearl quadrilogy. Which is a shame. We got next. Number 15 is Kyurem. Where are you, bugger? And the Sword of Justice. Not a bad movie. It's one of these ones where you got this sort of a slightly older little shit Pokemon, as I'm going to call him. That wasn't actually annoying, which is obviously why Giratina one was kind of annoying. Because obviously, Shaman was a bit annoying in the first act, and then when he went Sky Form, he was fine. I mean, obviously, Keldeo, is it this one? Obviously, he wasn't actually that annoying, and it obviously led to some decent action within the final battle with Kyurem. So, it was a decent follow-up to a not-so-bad remembrance of the black and white movies.
The movie was better than the show.
Basically, yeah. What else we got? So, next we've got... 14. It has to be the other black and white movie, which is Pokemon Black, Victini, and Reshiram. Yeah, you did Pokemon White.
Yes.
This is one we did separately, wasn't it?
It is, yes. Because you had the idea of doing it separately.
Yeah, because the idea of
instead of watching them both together.
Since obviously I did what I need to do is the idea of, let's just split this into two. So obviously, didn't we do the two with the other one as well? Who's the other one? It wasn't the Hooper one, was it? We did the separate on.
I don't know, because I woke up late and he was like, just to record it yourself, and I'm like, oh, okay.
I think it was Hooper. I think it was the Hooper one. But I mean, this is the one that we actually scheduled as a separate thing, just for the fact that the idea of I could do a spoiler-free review on Pokemon Black, you could do a spoiler-full review on Pokemon White.
My review ended up like double the length of yours, which was kind of great.
Right, it makes that full half hour.
Yeah.
Plus, it's meant to be spoiler full, so you got like an extra 10 minutes of you spoiling stuff.
I'm good at spoiling stuff.
Daddy is. Spoiled my birthday for me. I didn't realise I was born the 23rd. Damn you, Alex. Damn you. But yeah, obviously going into the black and white genre universe, obviously this is the one that I was kind of having dead specs. I didn't massively like the TV show, or I barely played the games of these ones. But I was like, okay, I'll watch and see what it's like, and I watched obviously this one, and I was impressed. I actually enjoyed it. There was issues with it, but it was a very interesting movie to watch, and the fact that they managed to make two versions of it is very cool. And the fact that like both versions had like a unique set piece for two certain scenes, so that's quite different in terms of Pokemon films. So that was really nice. So what's next? Number 13 is Destiny Deoxis, which is still a 3.5 yet. This is obviously the one that with the Rayquaza first came into it. Fighting aliens from space. Fighting aliens from space. And a very futuristic looking town. It's been a while since we did this one, so I can't remember too much about it, but I remember being quite decent. I remember it being like all out. Like, it was non-stop action, wasn't it? It was non-stop action at one point, wasn't it?
Ish.
Like it kicked off, and it basically was kind of not stopping for quite a while.
Yeah.
And wasn't this the one that brought back the theme song intro? Because I know there was like a couple that didn't have it, wasn't it? And
I think this one was like a good 15 minutes into the show.
It was the park scene, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because I mean, like the ones before this, like there's a couple that didn't have any, and then this came back and we was like both like instant like music back, yes. So obviously that's like one reason we gave it a bit more oomph, just for the fact that it brought back the fucking theme songs.
Yeah.
What else we got next? Number 12 for me is I Choose You.
This is the one I tricked you on.
Yeah, you did. Obviously, I hated this when it first came out, a bit because I was kind of getting confused on a few aspects of it, but rewatching it and realising, okay, they make sense being there now. I do have a bit more like for it. It's not my favourite of the Pokemon movies, but it's a lot better than what it was back in 2017, question mark, Alex?
I don't know, let me...
I think it was 2017.
Yes.
Good guess, Tom. Good guess. So there's I had a lot more liking for it this time around.
It only took 4 years.
So next up, in number 11, is going to be the Deoxys and the Cocoon of Destruction movie. One that we both liked. We both enjoyed this one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of aspects to it where it slowed down the movie, but it wasn't shit slow downing. So obviously there's that shopping scene, which wasn't boring. It slowed it down to the right amount, get a few jokes out, and
it's a shame they didn't keep the character designs so that they showed there. But can't have everything, can we?
No, obviously, it was that obviously the two bad guys that eventually like got together, which was like a really like something different for Pokemon.
Oh God, yes.
But yeah, it was like it was very nice like start to the. Was this the this is the first of the X and Y movies, wasn't it? No. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
It was Deoxys, Volcanion, and then Clash of Ages. Yeah.
No, it was Deoxys, then Hooper, then Volcanion.
Sorry, yeah, wrong way, man. Because that was
I've got the list
that was
here,
the actual order.
It's not edited yet.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not my edited order yet.
Oh, God damn it! My lister went off my phone then. But yeah, it was like a really nice start to the Diamond and Pearl, X and Y universe. And it upped, obviously, it upped the factor from obviously the Black and White. Black and White gave us these decent entries, apart from the last one. But it upped it a bit. So next is number 10, which we don't have on image. So I'm going to try and do something in post here. So yeah, in post, I'm going to magically add Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution into this. I'm basically going to I'll do the list as normal, and then after I finish the list, I'll just fix it so it's different. So it's easy because obviously keep moving stuff. I'll do it in post, you'll see. But yeah, obviously it was the remake of the OG movie. And can you stop singing? I'm trying to concentrate here.
Sorry.
And basically, it was as good as the original, but not better. But there's still some difference between the first two that make this not as good as the original, essentially, but still as good. It's confusing, I know. So I'm gonna move on. So number 9. Sorry, is
Number
the 9. Yeah, number 9 is the Zoroark Master of Illusions. Whatever that's gonna move. Good movie. Good last entry of the Dino-Pearl quadrilogy. And it's the first one that actually didn't follow on from the story of the previous movies. So obviously it was a brand new story, and we got to see obviously Zoroark do some cool changes. And yeah, we got to see some free. These were shinies, weren't they?
Yeah,
I remember.
You could see Shiny Entei, Suicune, and Raikou.
This is the one I was obviously getting fully like remembrance of shinies. This one I was. Yeah, this one we get to see obviously a shiny version of them. Obviously, for the fact that Raikou we hadn't really seen in terms of movies, apart from the TV 3 episodes that they merged into like.
Yeah, this is the first like actual Raikou appearance.
Yeah, so it was nice to see Raikou getting a little appearance. It was a fun movie. There's a lot of fun moments in it, and as always, there's issues with Pokemon movies, but this is probably one of the good ones. So next is sort of a reboot because the names wise and involving shit. It's obviously the fuck's sake. There we go. Come on. There we go. I went too far off the screen. So obviously in the 8th place is the Pair of Us. Obviously the latest one before the Coco one comes out. It's another quite long one. It was almost clocking 40, I think. I think it's better than I Choose You, just for the fact that it doesn't rely heavily on stories we already know. It's its own sort of one. Though it has Lucario in it. It's not Lucario.
Eevee, Zeraora.
No.
Lugia.
Lugia. I was getting the LU and I was just carrying on with Lucario. That's it. But yeah, obviously it has Lugia in it, but it doesn't like follow fully anything from the show really, or obviously the second movie. It's basically its own sort of story.
Yeah,
and that's quite cool. And that obviously has the sort of the usual Ash companion with Eevee. It's basically still a bit different. Only annoyance the fact that just like I Choose You doesn't keep. It's not the next one's not going to keep the characters going. That's the main reason I won't basically go higher with this.
Unlike me.
Yep. Well, next, obviously, on the screen. There we go. Is obviously going to be in 7th place. Will be Pokemon the movie 2000. One of the OG ones.
Yeah, our orders like it went a bit ago, but like damn, I'm surprised to see how much it's changed. Like I thought it was like kind of similar with like our listings and all that, but
not really.
Yeah, I can see.
I knew. I've seen the numbers. I'm just like, yeah, I don't think we're gonna get anywhere near. But Pokemon 2000 is a nostalgia-filled movie for me. It's one that brings back a lot of good memories, and watching it again, it's still really fun to watch.
Yeah,
it's fun to watch. Obviously, the 3 legendary birds, which we never get to really see ever again after this movie. And obviously, Lugia's first sort of big moment.
Well, it's Lugia's first moment. Fun fact, I'm not sure if I said this in the actual review, but did you know Lugia was made for the movie first instead of the games? There's going to be another Pokemon, like another legendary for the games for Silver.
I don't think you.
But before, yeah, Lugia was made for the film itself, not the games in general. They added Lugia in after it was made. So yeah,
I didn't know
fact.
that. Didn't know that. I don't think you did actually. Nice fact. So then moving on to 6th place real quick.
Facts that you can get from every other YouTuber, you get them here as well.
It's going to be Pokemon oh, for fuck's sake, come on. Pokemon the first movie will be in 6th place for me. Even more nostalgia filled than the 2001. And though, as I say, I do like the remake type one they did, this full CGI one.
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot more heart and memory within the original. Like, it brings, obviously, remembering it from your childhood,
Agreed.
There's a lot more there than there is with the CGI one. We still got 2 more in this A category. So moving into my top 5 now. So
number 5.
Number 5 is going to be the Arceus movie. Arceus and the Jewel of Life, which was the final entry of the actual continuing story within Diamond and Pearl. Before obviously they went for the complete new Zoroark story, and this had like a really fun time travel aspect to it, which was really.
I think
cool.
it would have been good if the Zoroark movie was before Arceus and then led into the Arceus film. So that way it would have been literally a 4-movie trilogy, like a quadrilogy. I can't say that word, but yes.
Yeah, I know.
And it's actually all linked together. I think that would have made it a lot better.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But yeah.
Like, have one movie about Palkia and Dialga, and then like have them kind of split off into the 2. So like, have Palkia with the Zoroark one because it's to do with time. So it's Dialga, but you know,
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying
because Dialga had more appearances in the Giratina film.
Yeah.
So it would have been nice if it had Palkia and
Zoroark
I know
what you're saying. And then build up for the Arceus one as the big finale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But I mean, for the fact, obviously, for it being a finale of the trilogy, I feel like it was a decent end to a trilogy. Even though the middle one was a bit whack, it still had a decent ending.
Number 4.
There we go, thank you. Is going to be the Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. I really enjoyed this one. I really had a lot of fun watching this. This is another long one. It was just, I think it was just a bit shorter than the Temple of Sea, but it was very cool. Obviously, this was the one with the Regis in, wasn't it?
Reggie eyes.
So when you did that, and you pointed at that funny the vocals for one of them.
Oh, fucking horrible.
Obviously, this is the one that also brought Mew back. But unlike when they brought Mewtwo back, this one didn't suck.
Yeah.
It was actually a really... It was a dark movie. It was quite dark, to be fair.
Yeah.
But it was still really fun. Obviously, Lucario
showed death.
Like Lucario being like not a legendary, but the center focus really worked. Like,
yeah.
Usually you find obviously it's either legendary or like, is it a pseudo legendary? What they're called, or mythic.
Normally.
Like usually those like the they're usually the front and center, aren't they?
Yeah, but it's only mythicals and legendary so far, apart from Zoroark and Lucario, I believe. The rest have been mythicals and legendaries.
Yeah, so this is like the big first one before Zoroark that had a normal, basically type of Pokemon as your front and center, which is really cool.
I wouldn't even class them as pseudo legendaries because they're not. They're just Pokemon. Lucario is literally just like fairy bait, but also a Pokemon that they wanted to push at you because it's a cool design and they wanted you to buy it and like it.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a really nice entry.
Si, senor.
So then moving on to number 3, so basically into my S category, we kick off with Volcanion and the Magical Marvel. Is that the right title?
Magical? I don't know.
Yeah, it's not mythical, it's magical.
I put Volcanion there and then that's it.
Yeah, obviously this was the anniversary one, because this one actually came out for the anniversary of... Was it the anniversary of the game? I think the iTunes was the anniversary of the show, wasn't it? This was
I believe so.
This was like the anniversary of like the game or the Pokemon in general, and it was a really good entry. And obviously it was the last entry of the X and Y trilogy, since they started doing trilogies rather than quadrilogies. And obviously you had Volcanion, which was like a really cool mythic, isn't it? Is he mythic? Is it? Question mark?
Volcanion, yes, he's a mythical.
And obviously you had what's the little robot called?
Megaena,
that's it. Megaena.
I literally just said it and you still say it wrong.
Spelling. But obviously
spelling?
That's what
it's
like,
just you not listening.
I didn't quite hear how I pronounce stuff different to you. Like you say Latias.
Common bitch.
Like you say Latias, I say Latias.
I like that. Latias. Big boys.
Obviously, this had like a really cool like last battle, but I mean, like the entire story build up to battle was like a really interesting draw you into the story, and this big battle.
They showed all the Mega Evolutions as well.
It was obviously the Mega Evolution one, and obviously it showed this big battle, and it even involved Zygarde, wasn't it? And it's like what I'm gonna call it Megazord form.
Yeah, he's 100% form.
It showed quite a few of its forms, didn't it? It showed the wolf form, didn't it?
Yeah, it showed all its forms. I think apart from Zygarde's 70% form.
That's the snake one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was quite cool to see. It was just like this really cool, interesting story.
See.
You know what number it is now, Alex? Number 2.
I was like, is it 1?
With my definitely not placeholder image that's going to move the screen right now.
I mean, it's a normal image, right?
It's not like we've already said we're going to have to edit fucking one more in because we've realised there's not one here. I just realised I can't do that because don't need save, or you can just do it so you don't save. But then again,
you can save it.
Does it save like to the website, or does it save directly to you?
I came back onto the website and there was another one there. It was left how I set it up, like to test earlier.
Well, for now, I'm gonna put it there. But if it's gonna like save, so obviously I know you can see other people's ones, can't you?
Yeah. Oh no, it doesn't do that unless you click save and download.
Oh, okay. Okay, so because it just feel weird, people thinking I just put Pokemon White at the top. I mean, then it's definitely the Legend of Thunder. It's definitely that movie. This one obviously wasn't one that went straight to DVD or like a proper movie or in cinema or anything. This was literally part of the Pokemon Chronicles series. No,
I must have turned you down.
And it was a really fun movie that didn't focus on Ash for a change. Yeah, that's love that song. But yeah, come on, Alex, we've run out of time now.
I'm sorry.
We've gone for fucking long enough.
I think we're gonna have to split this into 2 halves, mine and yours.
Yep. But yeah, obviously it was a really different entry to what we've been obviously covering up to that point, and obviously even after that point.
Yeah, it's so good.
It gave you someone else to look at, and obviously it was Raikou. Raikou finally got his full century appearance, even if it was a TV movie / TV series. It was also made into a movie TV wise, but yeah, it's a really good one. Obviously, I'm going to be biased towards it because it's got fucking Typhlosion in it. But I really liked what was his fucking name off the top of my head?
Jimmy.
Is it Jimmy?
Yes, aka Ethan, but it's not Ethan.
What's the other guy's name I'm thinking of then?
Lance.
Is that the guy who like come in the superhero suit then revealed himself to be like a...
Yeah.
He's just they're like, oh, for fuck's sake, it's you.
Oh.
You know I'm on about, don't you? The one who's got Meganium.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so Jimmy. Obviously, focusing on him rather than Ash was a breath of fresh air. And it was just a really good fucking movie. Shame it wasn't like a proper movie like the rest. But then again, if it was like the rest, it could have sucked.
Yeah.
So, kind of glad it's there. Which obviously means that It's
number one.
for me, clearly seen by the bottom of the screen, unless I do some cutting so you can't see the poster at the bottom of the screen.
I can't see it.
Is going to be Rise of Darkrai, which is obviously the first of the Donor Pearl movies. This is one I always remember being great, and watching it again, it still doesn't disappoint. It's such a fun movie. Darkrai had this like sort of dark presence for the movie, which was really cool. On top of obviously the Dialga Palkia just destroying each other, and the whole dream aspect was just so fucking cool. The visuals were really good, and this is where they changed the animation style fully, wasn't it? So obviously there was like this slight,
I think so.
there was these slight animation changes throughout obviously the films, but this is the big one that matches the more newer ones, wasn't it? Before they obviously eventually changed it down the line.
Also with like the new voice actors, I believe, as well.
I think so, yeah. So this is the big one. Obviously, it gave Team Rocket something more to do for the first time in a while because they'd stuck with her licky tongue, wasn't it? Licky.
Yeah,
it was the guy there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So they kept the humor of Team Rocket, but they actually gave them something to do.
Unlike really the rest.
Nice. Yeah, basically.
Kick them to the curb.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what Pokemon 2000 did that good, though.
Yeah.
The rest of them just was like,
Pokemon 2000 and Darkrai are probably the two that are best for Team Rocket.
Maybe forever.
Slightly, but not fully. I'd definitely say more Darkrai and Pokemon 2000 are the big ones for Team Rocket.
Yeah.
And that is my list of definitely 23 movies, and one's definitely not the Pokemon White as a placeholder image for Legend of Thunder.
Shh.
I know. They won't ever suspect a thing, will they?
Never. It's our secret to the grave.
But yeah, so next time we're going to have to do
Alex's. Be my list.
Just because how long it's taken us to slowly go through each one.
Because Tom talks a lot.
But so do you, so I'm dreading it's going to be like an hour-long video with you. I got you there.
He's got a point, but still.
But yeah, so obviously next time we'll pass it on to Alex to give us his ranking, which definitely includes Legend of Thunder and not Pokemon Black.
Yes.
So, until then, hope you enjoyed Pokemon movie ranking.
Is your master.
Not today, bitch.